And we're live. Today is the 22nd of January, 2018, if you weren't aware. This is episode 4 of, I haven't thought exactly of the name. I guess I've just been calling it Core 4 Sports Boston, but I haven't exactly thought of what the name of the show is going to be yet. So maybe it's Core 4 Sports? Core 4... I don't know, whatever. So today's sponsor is Migos. Let's collab. Let's get a project together. That'd be cool. Hit me up. Instagram. You're sponsoring the show, so you've been in contact. Instagram, Designs by Ram, and Core 4 Sports Boston. Both places you can find me. You can go to the DM, you can do whatever. And like clockwork, the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. Like I said, I think it's a fair assessment to make that until Tom Brady retires, until the Patriots don't make it 2 years in a row to the AFC Championship game, which has not happened they made it 7 straight years. No matter what happens in the first 4 games of the season, no one is allowed to say Tom Brady's old or whatever people like saying. You know the deal. If you're a Boston sports fan at all, you know what people say. Tom Brady throws for 200 yards and a touchdown. They lose in week 1. Tom Brady's done. It's over. No. Yet again, like I said, people aren't allowed to say that anymore. Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. They're going to face the Eagles, who just whooped up on the Vikings. And I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I am interested to see what types of storylines are going to say. I mean, the 2004 rematch, that'll be a storyline. I said this after they won last year, that the last time the Patriots won 2 out of 3 Super Bowls, they won 3 out of 4 and 2 in a row. So maybe that's something that they bring up. Someone was saying that Belichick is going to retire. I don't know if that's true. If he wins this year, no, I don't think that would happen. But this would be their 6th. They would be tied for the most Super Bowls with any franchise, with the Steelers. And we're the first team to make it to 10, which, granted, last year we were the first team to make it to 9. So every time until the Steelers or the 49ers or the Cowboys now make it, we're going to be the first to whatever number we end up getting to until one of those teams gets 2 more, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. The Eagles are still looking for their first win. This will be I don't know how many times they've been, but they're still looking for their first win. Philly is looking for their first championship in, 100 years probably, something like that. People, I guess not people, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see the fans. Fans for Philly are kind of crazy. The Patriots fans are kind of crazy. It'll be interesting to see them yucking it up in Minnesota. I feel like this Super Bowl isn't going to be as attended to as casual you can be going to the Super Bowl, but the casual fan who's interested in football, you probably won't see as many of them because of the cold, essentially. It's going to be freezing in Minnesota. It's a dome inside, obviously, but the rest of there's no. It's unfortunate that it's not going to be in a nice city, which Minnesota, whatever, fine. New stadium. Apparently, Radio Row is in Mall of America, so that'll be kind of interesting to see. People will be riding the hosts of radio shows will be riding roller coasters, and then getting off and doing their shows and eating corn dogs and stuff. Good for them. Sunday, which was yesterday, the Celtics also lost to another team from Florida, Orlando Magic. Kyrie scored 40, but the Celtics lost their 3rd game in a row. Bit of a slide. Kyrie came out and said that the adversity is going to help the team in the long run because the team can't grow. Team can't grow unless they have some sort of adversity, which team hasn't had too much this year. They've been steadily on the top of the leaderboards in terms of their record in the Eastern Conference, record in the league in general. I saw a video of Gordon Hayward's shooting, which is nice. I'm wondering if the injury was as bad as it first turned out to be. I think there's been so many gruesome injuries like that we had the Kevin Ware syndrome, where we looked at it and we said, oh, when you hear Ernie John or whoever the announcer was, oh, Gordon Hayward broke his leg, and then they cut right to it and his ankle's all messed up. Like, obviously it's a terrible injury, but like I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't as bad as people thought. I guess the timetable's all making sense for the type of injury he had, where getting out of the cast and then potentially going to do some light shooting. I mean, we'll see when he starts running. That'll be an interesting timeline to see if it's early or if it's late. I'll be interested to see this team going forward once he comes back, because it almost feels like they have, which is interesting to say, they almost have too many players. You've got all these small forwards / guards, essentially. They're all pretty small, so they're all basically guards, small forwards, a few big men, mostly guards and forwards. Do they trade somebody? Like, do they not need to trade for anybody? Like, I don't know. Like, the storyline, like I said, in Cleveland just keeps getting worse and worse for them. The Cavs gave up 148 points. They're looking pretty vulnerable, but at the same time, LeBron, he's probably going to be fine. He is going to be fine. And I think we'll probably see the Cavs and the Celtics in the conference finals. I think it'll be a close series. It could go either way, because like last year, the Cavs were definitely the better team, and this year, I don't know. I think maybe I would say it's closer, but with LeBron, I think you probably still look at the Cavs and say they're the best team out of the two. But at the same time, you look at the trade, I would say the Celtics definitely got the better player out of that trade. We also drafted a player who's borderline all-star, who's a rookie. They signed Daniel Tice, German League MVP. They signed Baines, good. Traded for Morris, pretty good. And then, I don't know, maybe you throw Gordon Hayward into the mix. The Celtics and I think I saw Boston Sports Tonight, maybe they were talking about this. I think it was Michael Hawley. Michael Hawley was like, say it, you can say it. The Celtics are better than the Cavaliers, everyone, you're allowed to say it. And as I just named all the players, I think it's a pretty compelling case to say that the Celtics are better than the Cavaliers, because the Cavaliers obviously have the better player, but then you look at all of the other rest of the players, not spectacular. And they're off to a slow start. Celtics might have the home court. They get 4 games at home. We'll see. I mean, it's not even an All-Star break yet. The All-Star now, I still can't figure out how these All-Star teams are going to be doing what the All-Star. I still don't understand the All-Star format. I understand it's a draft, but then what happens with the reserves? Are they getting drafted? Whatever. So we'll see. That's going to be it for today. Migos still waiting. Haven't hit me up yet. They're probably waiting to listen, so it's fine. Everyone, like I said, Instagram, Twitter, I guess, I don't know. Twitter, I'm down on Twitter. I've been off Twitter for a little bit. So, Instagram, Designs by Ram, Core 4 Sports Boston. Everyone, see you later.